Today I'm going to show you one of the most powerful things about SketchUp. It'll make your models look really nice. So the first thing I need you to do is go into the Land School Files folder on your desktop. And you'll see this model called Blank House. Go ahead and open that up. And this is what you'll see, a very blank, uninteresting gray model. But we're going to change all that using some of the features of SketchUp. First and foremost, we're going to talk today about this thing called components. So if you go up into the window and click on components, now this little window pops up. And what it does is it allows me to do a search for pre-made models. So I can search for almost anything, trees, cars, you name it. There's some basic ones in here already up on the list for you to check out. So for example, if I wanted a picnic table in my model, I would click a little picture of a picnic table. And you'll notice that down here on my little cursor, I have a little picnic table, which I can place underneath my patio if I want. And I'll just click, and there it is. There's all kinds of things that you might want to find. For example, I'm going to type in the word tree. And you'll see I got all kinds of trees that I can download and put into my scene. A word to the wise, a lot of these trees will say 3D or 2D. The 3D trees are going to be a lot bigger, and we're going to see there's going to be a slight problem with using some of those. So let me take this tree right here. It's called 3D tree. And it's going to download. I'm going to pause while it does. And now that it's done downloading, you'll see that I have a tree on my cursor. And I'm going to click that and put that right there. Now, what you're going to start noticing is the more models you have on the screen, the slower SketchUp is going to run. Okay, that's normal. It actually takes a lot of power to put these intricate little models on the scene. There are a couple of things you can do to help relieve that. First of all, I can get two-dimensional trees, for example. Let me click on this tree, which is called a two-dimensional tree, and you'll see the difference. And so I have another tree over here, which I'll put on this side. The difference is this tree is two-dimensional. In a way, it's actually kind of flat. Okay? It's like a piece of paper. The cool thing is that no matter which direction I face, it turns to face me. But the thing is it's a lot easier in the computer system to make that than it is to make this. So the more two-dimensional things you make, the better off you'll be. Another great way to keep this from bogging down and going super slow is you can click on objects. I should say right-click on objects, and you have this option to hide things. If I hide it, it becomes invisible. Now it's still there, but you just can't see it right away. Okay? And you'll see right away that your model goes a lot faster. So once you start getting some of the more complicated models, and I know that a lot of you are going to go straight for the cars, you're going to find that you have a hard time moving around. You need to hide those things while you're not using them. And then at the very end, what you do is you go up to Edit, and you're going to unhide all, and my tree will pop right back up. I'm going to show you a couple of tricks that will make your life a lot easier as you make this scene. One thing I'm noticing is that my tree is kind of small compared to my house. The tree should probably be a lot bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the size of the tree. So I'm going to click on the tree with my select tool, and this button on the side right here, it's called Scale. And when I click Scale, see all these little green boxes pop up on my tree. Now the best way to do this is to take one of the corner boxes and just click and drag and make the entire tree larger. If I just wanted to make it taller, I could go into one of this middle square right here, and you'll see that it's getting shorter, but it's still as wide as it was before. So you can play around with that, and you can resize almost anything. So as I was saying, you can resize almost anything. Some of the materials or the components that you have in SketchUp won't allow you to, and that's something you can do about that. The other trick I want to show you real quick is how to copy things, because if I want this tree to be at several places on my model, I don't want to have to go back and get it every single time. So what I can do is take my select tool, my tree is selected, I go to my move tool, and I click that, and now what I do is I press the control key on the keyboard one time, and a little plus sign shows up. And that means that when I go to move this tree, instead of moving it, what I'll actually do is pull a copy off. And the cool thing is that if I pull a copy off and put it right there, if right now I press the / key, that's the key that has the question mark on it, and press a number like 3, and press enter, that's how many copies it'll make, and it'll line them all up in a row for me. And then if I really want to, I can go back and move them any way I want to. The easiest way to move things in SketchUp is to go one direction at a time. So I can go the red direction, and then maybe the green direction. If it ever turns blue, that means that you're going up and down. Okay, so I've shown you how to hide things, how to copy things, and now it's up to you to go back and make this scene look nice. You need to paint the house, you need to get some grass, you need to have some components, maybe a couple cars, some patio furniture. It's really up to you.